Click on the subscribe button and remember to press the bell icon for regular notifications from our digital blogger. Hello friends, welcome to our digital blogger. Today we're going to talk about Interactive Brokers. It's a US based discount stock broker. They have recently established their presence in India with their office in Mumbai. In this particular review, we will talk about multiple aspects including company background, its pricing, trading products, trading platforms, customer service, exposure, and a lot of other factors that can help you to figure out whether Interactive Brokers is a good enough broker for you or not. Let's get started. So, Interactive Brokers is basically a US-based stockbroking company that has presence across more than 100 countries, including India. The brokerage house has been established back in the year 1977 by Mr. Thomas Petterfee and has recently completed its 40 years. While the firm has an equity capital in excess of $6 billion. It's a discount broker in nature. It is known for performing So starting with the company background, Interactive Brokers is a US-based stockbroking company that has presence across more than 100 countries, including India of course. The brokerage house was established back in the year 1977 by Thomas Petterfee and has recently completed its 40 years, while the firm has an equity capital in excess of $6 billion. It has memberships of NSE, National Stock Exchange, and BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange in India. In total, it employs somewhere around 1100 employees across its presence around the globe, and it works at multiple levels in different geographies. Now, it also is known for providing high performance trading platforms across devices, and since it's a discount broker, they provide pretty low brokerage rates. When it comes to trading products, it's very limited in nature. You can only trade and invest across equity, currency, and derivatives. That basically implies that if you want to invest in, let's say, mutual funds, insurance, bonds, ETFs, commodity for that matter, in that particular case, you need to open a different account with some other broker or any AMC or any other financial house for that matter, depending on your investment product preference. Then we have trading platforms. Very important. Trading platforms span across different devices, be it terminal-based solution, exe file. It could be a web-based browser application, or it could be the mobile app. Now, Interactive Brokers provide you everything. But how do they provide it? What's the performance? What's the value to the clients? We will talk about all of that one by one, starting with the mobile app. For that, we need to go to Google Play Store. So the mobile app of Interactive Brokers is called IBTWS. This application is pretty exhaustive in terms of number of features. It also employs something called smart routing technology that searches for the best price that is available for the stock that you're looking to purchase at that point in time. So it gives you the list of sellers, and rather at the same time, if you're looking to sell it, it gives you a list of buyers as well that can be optimal for you for the kind of pricing that increase your overall profit at the end of the day. It's rated at 4.2 by around 2200 users, out of which around 10% have rated this app negatively. Just remind you that this is basically a US based stock broker, and this application is primarily used by US clients. Now Indian clients are also using it invariably by time. 90% is the satisfaction score. That is pretty good. If you look at the update frequency cycle, the last one was done on 22nd of November 2017. Generally, they update their mobile app in a range of 3 weeks to maximum 4 weeks, which is pretty good in terms of duration. Number of installs 1 lakh to 5 lakh. So from numbers perspective, this application looks definitely a recommendable software. Couple of concerns: if you're living in a smaller city, let's say a third or a 4th-tier city, or let's say a village, in that particular case, you might face some connectivity concerns, specifically if you want to perform your technical or fundamental analysis. Similarly, the number of charts are limited if you compare it with IIFL markets or any other mature mobile application in India. From that perspective, the number of charts look less. Then the user experience can also be improvised a bit. So obviously different geographies have different types of users, and different types of users have different types of preferences. So there might be some sort of customizations or personalizations that can be employed within this application for you. Overall, certainly a recommendable software, and if you want to be the client of IB, then yes, you can go ahead and use the mobile application for your trading purpose. Now let's talk about the other trading platforms offered by this discount broker here. For that, we need to check out digitalblogger.com. So when it comes to the other trading platforms, IB or Interactive Brokers give you IB Trader Workstation. Now this is a terminal-based solution. You are required to download this, install this onto your computer and laptop, and once you do that, you can start trading. Number of features in terms of exhaustiveness are pretty good. You can perform your technical or fundamental analysis at different levels. There are multiple technical indicators, on chart annotations, and it provides you a decent technical experience for your trading. You can use different watch lists. You can use market watch. You can personalize the dashboard. Since it's a discount broker, they do not provide any kinds of tips or research reports, but still they have tie-ups with some advisory houses. Those are paid in nature, so you can employ their services if you want, and then from there you can get some sort of tips and research reports within their trading platforms integrated. TWS mobile app is something we already discussed, certainly a recommendable software for you. Then there is IB Web Trader. This is a web-based browser application. No need to download or install anything. Directly go to the website of IB, click on login of the Indian version, and then you can put in your username, password, and you can start trading. Now this is a browser-based application that implies that you can use any browser, be it Chrome or Firefox or IE or Mozilla or rather Safari. So stuff like that can be used, and you can start your trading directly. Number of features are pretty good design overall. So even if you are a beginner, then you will not have much of a problem understanding different applications. Then even if you are working from office, even then you can use this application for your trading through any device. It's a responsive application. It can give you the provision to use spread orders based on the strategies you employ, multiple types of charts. So just we discussed that the mobile app has limited number of charts. In this case of web application, number of charts are pretty good. Overall interface can be personalized as per your preferences. So you can see that they have given a decent focus when it comes to trading platforms one by one. So everything in a sense has been pretty rationally placed by the discount broker here, and you can pretty much use any of the trading platforms here to perform your trading. So this is about trading platforms from IB. And if you talk about service, well, they give you phone, chat, email, fax. They still give fax, and the web form on their website. So number of channels are more like limited because they do not have much of an offline presence. But the chat features enables a lot of things. If you have a quick query, go to the website and get your concerns clarified directly from the executive or the broker. But again, since a US based company, it will take some time to get to the roots of the Indian culture in terms of getting the service done quickly. In case you have any concerns, you can also use this web chat form from a digital blogger, and you can put in your query here, and we will be able to address hopefully in a pretty quick time. So this is about service, and we will head back to the presentation now. So next up is pricing. Now account opening and maintenance is free in case of Interactive Brokers, but there's one thing that you need to consider. Now with Interactive Brokers, if you're a client of them, you need to make sure that you have a generation of 200 rupees as brokerage for the broker over a period of the whole month. If you are not able to do that, let's say the overall brokerage you generated for IB was 70 rupees. So in that case, you will need to pay extra 130 rupees, whatever is the difference between your brokerage and the slab of 200, that needs to be paid. In other words, minimum brokerage you need to generate to stay with the IB is 200 rupees every month. So if you are a starter, if you're just going to test the market, in that case, if you're open to pay 200 every month, then you can go ahead, but we generally don't recommend that, because simply there are so many brokers out there that can help you to test the waters of stock market at probably free rate. Now brokerage is minimum of 6 rupees, maximum of 20 rupees. So there is a range here. Now it can be 12 rupees or 15 rupees depending on your trade value. There is a specific percentage that is maintained, but it cannot go beyond that. Now for understanding how it works, we can use the brokerage calculator at a digital blogger and understand different types of charges involved and the final profit you will make on your trades. So this is the brokerage calculator for Interactive Brokers. You can use it for more than other stockbrokers of India. I just need to select any of these values here, and then you can perform the calculation. Now in this case here, you just need to put in, let's say you're doing it for equity delivery. Let's say your buy price is 1000, your sell price is 1200, number of shares, let's say 100. For this case here, let's take the state as Gujarat. Click on calculate here. Once you do that, the processing will happen and the total turnover. So this is the amount that is involved in buy and sell. This is the brokerage that you're supposed to pay Interactive Brokers for this particular trade. STT at specific percentage of 0.01% is 220 rupees. So there is SEBI turnover, there is stamp duty based on the state that varies. So if let's say it was somebody else, if it was Chhattisgarh for example, in that particular case the stamp duty would have been something else. Let's yeah, so it has changed to 6.6 rupees. So it varies from state to state. It has to be your state with which you have opened the account with the Interactive Brokers. Transaction charges is 7.15. There is a GST of 4.89. Total brokerage and tax is 258.97. So from this particular trade, you will actually be pocketing 19,740.03 rupees after deducting all sorts of charges. Now this can be done for other segments depending on your preference, and of course you can do it for other stockbrokers depending on your requirements here. So this is how you calculate brokerage and the overall taxes involved with your trades through Interactive Brokers. So next up we have exposure or leverage. Now for people who do not understand this concept, basically it's kind of a short-term loan that is provided by your stockbroker at a specific rate of interest. Now this interest rate can be in the range of 15 to 22, 23% depending on your profit pattern, depending on your broker as well for that matter. Now in this case here, you can get up to 20 times for intraday and up to 4 times for delivery. So that's a good number simply because if you have, let's say, 10,000 rupees in your trading account balance, you can trade up to 2 lakh rupees for intraday trades with IB and up to 40,000 rupees for delivery trades. In other segments, yes, it's not that great. So as long as you're looking to put your money in equity, then yes, you have a decent number here. But otherwise, more or less, you will have minimal exposure or leverage offered to you. But at the same time, we like to mention that this can be risky. So yes, it has the potential to amplify your profits, but at the same time, it can kill your principal amount as well. So be very wary of the fact of how do you use exposure in the first place itself. Then we have the positives and negatives. Now you have to understand there are some pros, some cons, and similarly you have to figure out what matters to you and what does not. Now we'll start with the cons first of Interactive Broker. So the first concern is that the quality of service can be improved. Yes, the number of communication channels are okayish in nature, but the overall quality in terms of turnaround time, in terms of the skill set of the executives can be improved. Research, so there is research obviously we just mentioned, but all of that research is paid in nature, so we cannot really guarantee that the performance of these research reports are going to be accurate in their own, simply because they are not being backed by the discount broker themselves. So there is also a concern that you need to maintain a minimum balance of 1 lakh rupees with this particular broker. So you have to be very wary of the fact when you talk to the executive, make sure that you clear out that confusion in case there is there. And finally, the 200 rupees minimum brokerage generation every month is something a beginner level trader might not be able to use. So be sure of that particular fact as well. Some positives, obviously, the trading platforms are pretty good, be it the web-based browser application, the AXE solution, or the mobile app. You can use any of those. All of them are pretty good in terms of performance. Brokerage is good, 6 to 20 rupees, nothing beyond than that. And the brokerage house in terms of trust has been around for a while. Yes, it's a US-based company, but at the same time in India, they are gradually improving their operations too. So these are some positives and negatives, and we have talked about multiple aspects of the Interactive Brokers. Now you have to see what your requirements are, and based on that you can make a choice for yourself. However, you can read the complete review of Interactive Brokers by clicking on this link here. We will be providing this link in the description of the video for you. And if you want a suggestion of a broker that matches exactly with your requirements, or you want a call back, you can check out this other link here, digitalblogger.com/free callback broker choice. We do not spam our users. Only a broker that matches your requirements will be aligned to you. So that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching it. We hope you liked it. In case you did, please go ahead and press the thumbs up video. We'll really appreciate that. You can also press the subscribe button there to view similar videos in the future. Thank you so much again for watching this. Bye-bye.